Yo, Nalani, come here, dog. Come here. Nalani's gonna advise you in your investing and trading business. Okay. I'm making this video because I'm getting so much pushback. I've hit a nerve, and it tells me I'm really onto something. And it's something that I think is really important, and is basically gives me a greater mission in the trading space. And it's because a lot of traders are convinced that there's a positive correlation between time spent and how well you do in trading. A lot of you believe you really need to put in a lot of work and you really need to spend a lot of time to master these things. And the idea of trading once a week or once a month or once a quarter is a pipe dream. You need bigger capital. It's not going to work for you. You need to trade all the time. There's sacrifice to this game. And I respect your opinion, but it's just that in his opinion, and the data doesn't really match it. By the way, it's Saturday. I'm headed to the farmer's market right now. The surf looks decent. If there's time, I'm going to go surfing later. And these ideas about hard work and results, they're more true in other industries but trading, but even outside of that, there's not as much of a correlation. There's not as much of a correlation between work and success as you think. And one of my favorite examples of this is if you're traveling to a place and it's 100 miles south of you, and you go north instead, you might never make your destination. In order to make it, you're gonna have to cross over the North Pole. It's just gonna be a crazy voyage, right? And you could have just gone south, right? So if you go north, you're working way harder, but you're much less likely to be successful despite the hard work. And this is true in a lot of things. I mean, you look at business. If you own a business, there's a lot of work up front, but it gets to a point where maybe the business is running itself. The employees are working hard, right? So the truth about trading is, and I'm going to drop some data on you, go talk to ChatGPT about this. The best data we have suggests inverse correlation between the amount of time you spend trading and how well you do. The more you check, the more often you check, the more trade, the worse you do. It's because of decision fatigue, myopic decision making, just stress, related concepts, mental illness. That's the best research that we have. So I try to base everything not on my opinions, but on studies and computer back testing, right? And I'm looking at a computer system and I'm not here to show this system, but I'm explaining. It's robust across gold, 100 years, Dow Jones, 100 years, Bitcoin, 12 years. It crushes. It's crushed for hundreds of years across assets, robust. It trades once a month or less, sometimes 6 times in a year. This year, traded conservatively, you would have done over 100% on Bitcoin, and it's traded 7 times this year. You set an alert, that's it. And you're here telling me, in my opinion, you have to trade. You can't just trade once a month or once every other month. And I'm like looking at this data that shows that it works better. And I'm like, yo, sorry, but facts don't care about your feelings. If we are to go to anecdotes, I don't know anyone who's outperformed just buying and holding Bitcoin since 2020. Trading, right? Buy and hold is what you do. You basically, most buy and holders maybe trade once a month or once a quarter with their excess savings they add, right? Or maybe they have an automated dollar cost average. But point is, anecdotally, and you might say, well, there's a difference between investors and traders. Not in the data. Market participant, everyone's a trader, right? The research looks at market participants as a whole, they're all traders, right? Long-term investors are better traders than day traders. There's a lot of data around the mental illness of trading. Trading is unique in that it causes gambling addiction tendencies. Most other jobs don't do this because they don't have the variable risk reward associated with money. You're paid a steady or somewhat steady thing, and also you're not staring at a chart that can give you wild swings in equity and dopamine, right? We also have the best research on learning. The best research on learning is that you don't learn the most by cramming. I learned this in school. This is what allowed me to do great in school with very little time spent. You do the best when you spend a very small amount daily, right? It's called spaced repetition. There's also mental rehearsal. So you don't even need to do the thing. You can just think about the thing for 15 minutes a day and you get better at it. That's how I come back after 9 months off surfing, off the surf season, and I got better in the off season just from kind of thinking about it here and there. Spaced repetition, just stick with it. And I'm not saying you should trade daily, but you can think about it daily. There's the studies of people who just thought about shooting free throws, got better at shooting free throws. And they didn't have to do 8 hours in a row, 15 minutes a day, 15 minutes a week. But trading is a different beast. It's just not like other things. And this is my mission, whether you dollar cost average, buy and hold, trade a system like mine, trade my system. I'm trying to save souls from this lie. And the reason why it's a pervasive lie is, I think there's two main reasons. The first reason is people want to sell you that they're profitable day trading so that they can take your money on courses. So there's a lot of illusion, there's a lot of snake oil, there's a lot of fake in this industry. And the other is, a lot of you guys are attached to your way of being and you don't want to be wrong, because if you're wrong, it means you wasted a lot of time. And also it means you need to change, which is very difficult and painful when you're a little bit older, like me. It takes trauma, right? So I feel like I know these things to be true based on all the best research on learning and trading and results. And the anecdotes make sense and the explanations make sense. But people don't like it. You guys don't want to hear it. And I get you don't want to hear it. I'm surprised people don't want to hear it, right? It's like, what if I tell you, if you just trade once a month, you're going to do way better. I think people don't want to hear it because you want to think you can just come in and make money today, right? Well, I'm telling you, you can make money on a monthly basis, usually, and you have all your free time. Why wouldn't you want your free time, right? Do you really want to sit there and stare at the chart? You think you do. Just like a heroin addict likes heroin, loves heroin. It's compulsion addiction. It's not a true love. Now, there may be a true love of the markets. It's a really interesting game. But the chart watching and just trading just to trade, that's a different story, right? I'm here talking about trading every day when my system is having me trade not very often, right? Because the psychology of it and the lifestyle of it and the system of it is interesting. But you can do these things without being on the computer, right? I mean, one of my tasks right now is people are asking for our systems to get automated so an algo could trade them for you. And I'm like, okay, I need to find out the legal obstacles to doing this. I know it's possible. So the question is, do I want to be the lawyer or seek legal counsel? The answer is seek legal counsel. What's the best way to seek legal counsel? Well, I'm starting by putting it out through my networks and offering a split of the business. That's how I always like to start. If that doesn't work, I'll look into it myself, and then I'll do some research and hire legal counsel potentially, pay a retainer. But that is trading work. That is trading work, right? It progresses my trading business. And when you're trading on the chart all day, you don't have time to build your business. You really want to free up your mental capital so you can think about some of these deeper things, right? A lot of y'all are like, well, I can't figure out how to computer backtest or program backtest, so I'm going to do it all manually. Well, it might not seem like it now, but it's a lot more worth your time to either develop the technical skills or build a team that you're part of, right? Try to do everything yourself in trading. Try to build a real business or something, or participate it in a way that's limited time, a lot of upside, and frees your time to do cool things and fun things. So I'm here to the market. If you're interested in my system, haven't checked it out, there's a link down below to that. But go check out my other videos. And I've got a lot of content on how to trade in a way where it's close to buy and hold, but it takes advantage of trading concepts too, like market timing, stop loss, regime change, being the major ones. So yeah, let me know what you think. Again, there's a lot of pushback on this, which tells me I'm making the right kind of content, because if everybody agrees with me, then there's not as much point in putting the content out. But I'm trying to shift the consciousness, which means, yeah, being different. So appreciate y'all. Much love. Talk to y'all soon. I'm at the market now, so I'm gonna take off. Peace.